Hi, my name's Trudie. I'm a member of the IQBar team and also one of the vloggers. This week's vlog is all about the teacher standards, what they are, where to find them and why we have them. So, what are the teacher standards? A teacher is expected to demonstrate consistently high standards of personal and professional conduct. It's a responsibility of you as the teacher to be accountable for the student's achievements and to make sure that the student is achieving the highest possible standards. The teacher standards basically say that teachers should be honest, have a good subject knowledge, keep their knowledge and skills updated, develop their professional relationships, and all of this is encompassed in the teacher standards. It's basically a set of guidelines that you should be familiar with and be applying in your lessons every single day. It is essential that you read them and become familiar with them. If you've got a background in education, they might seem quite familiar, as they're really similar to the teacher standards set out by the government. But these standards have been adapted specifically to guide our online teaching and to achieve the high standards that we as a company at IQBar are working together to achieve. These teacher standards set the minimum requirements for our teachers' practice and conduct, and you should be striving to aim beyond these. Here's a quick overview of the standards just to get you started. Teacher Standard 1. This says demonstrate appropriate and professional presentation at all times. Basically, looking the part, making sure your environment looks the part, and remaining professional. Teacher Standard 2. Be sufficiently prepared for sessions. That means reading past reviews, uploading things in the classroom, and having your materials ready to hand like props, etc., and just being prepared for all sessions. Teacher Standard 3. This is about employing teaching strategies that effectively engage Breddies. That just means being fun, being happy and positive, making sure you're speaking in the correct ways and using the correct type of questions and level questions that are age appropriate, and also giving praise and rewards. Teacher Standard 4. This is about identifying the Breddies' needs through formative and summative assessment. So it means adapting to different learner styles. It also means recapping the previous lesson so that they understand what they've learned and you're reinforcing what they've learned. But also through using different types of questioning to understand if the Breddie really understands the content you've taught them. Also, pitch and pace are really important within this, and applying at the appropriate level for each Breddie. We also have summative assessments, which are our assessments we do at the end of each unit to check the Breddies' understanding and see if there's any areas that they just need to recap. Teacher Standard 5 is about making effective use of teaching materials. So it's knowing how many pages to cover, knowing about the resources. Also, it's about making effective use of the resources and using extension questions or activities to challenge the Breddies further. Teacher Standard 6. This is about setting high expectations which motivate and challenge Breddies. So we should be at all levels encouraging full sentences, correcting errors in pronunciation, spelling, grammar. Also, we should be setting homework for our Breddies, and this will ensure that progress is made in every session. Teacher Standard 7. This is about managing behaviour effectively. So it's being a good role model to your Breddies, delivering engaging sessions, but also finding strategies to keep them engaged and also to reward the positive behaviour in lessons. Teacher Standard 8. This is about managing your time effectively. Arriving in the class early ahead of the session, knowing how long the session should be, starting it at the right starting time, making sure lessons last until 25 minutes past or 5 minutes to, and also your reviews, making sure they're submitted in time. Teacher Standard 9. This is about communicating effectively and professionally and demonstrating professional conduct at all times. So it's about building those professional relationships, using the WeChat and checking it daily, but also responding to messages that you get on there and communicating with our team, but also still keeping it professional and friendly. Teacher Standard 10. This is about being responsible for your own continuing professional development. So It's about going to your monthly feedback sessions, responding to any feedback about your teaching practice, so in your observations, looking at your targets and showing evidence that you're working towards these. It's also about tracking your own progress, looking on Folio and looking at the objectives that you have and setting some of your own, but also reflecting on your own teaching practice to ensure that you are continually developing. Teacher Standard 11. This is about promoting principles of safeguarding. So it's about creating a positive and safe learning environment and making sure that you're keeping any safeguarding issues only between you and the designated safeguarding lead. They are not things that should be discussed with other members of the team. As a teacher, it's your responsibility to report any safeguarding concerns with the management team. So, where do you find these teacher standards? Let me show you how. So at the bottom of this page, you will see the website address. This will take you directly to the Folio sign-in page. And then on here, all you simply do is type in your username and then enter your password. And when you press sign in, it will take you straight to the Folio guide page. Now, it's really important and part of our safeguarding that you never save your password. I'm going to click never. If anyone was to get your laptop, it means that they could log in and have access to all your details. So make sure that each time, and I know it takes a long time, but each time that you are entering your username and password. So you'll see there's loads of different tabs here at the top. If I click on the standards tab, that will list all of the teacher standards. So you'll see that on each teacher standard, the top part here is in blue, so the big bold part. Now this is the main heading of the teacher standard, and it kind of tells you what it covers generally. Underneath this, you'll see these bullet points here. This is a breakdown of the standard into aspects that contribute to that standard and that you should be fulfilling or working towards in your lessons. If you click on the standard heading in blue, it will then give you this guidance, which is guidance on how you could achieve this standard in your lessons. If I click on the Objectives tab, this is where, following your observation feedback, or if you just want to improve and set some of your own personal targets, you can monitor your objectives and set new ones here. So you can see that I've already set myself some personal targets, and these are my current objectives. As Teacher Standard 10 states, you should be responsible for continuing your professional development. So this is one of the ways, by setting your own objectives, that you can work towards this standard. And as a teacher, we should always be striving to improve our practice. You can monitor and adapt your objectives at any time. So all you have to do is click on the objective in blue. Then here you'll be able to edit your objectives. You can put any goals, things you want to work towards, strategies you found, maybe from our seminars and you want to add it in, and your success criteria, how you're going to achieve it. Then down the bottom, you can add in any lessons that you think that you've worked towards this standard, or any notes that you think are proof that you are working towards, or even have completed this objective. So if you like to add your own objective, it's really simple. You literally go up to this box here, the Add Objective. You click on here. You then select the teacher standard that you would like to work towards. So the more familiar you become with these, the easier it will be for you to identify which teacher standard you need to do some work on and improve on a little bit. Once you've selected your teacher standard, you can then name your objective. Then after this, just like in the previous slide that I showed you, you'll add some goals, what you want to achieve, strategies that you're going to use, your success criteria, what you need to do to work towards it, and then press save. It's that simple. So why do we have the teacher standards? We believe in internal progression and maintaining high standards at all times. So we aim to develop the company together and to maintain these high standards together by following this code of conduct, our teacher standards, and also this code of conduct that the IQBar team follow incorporates lots of the teacher standards about taking pride, being passionate about our learning and wanting to develop our teaching, not giving up, so persevering. There's always going to be areas we can get better at. It's about working as a team, sharing resources, strategies, and helping each other out when we need to, but also making it fun for our students as well as for us. The teacher standards are also really important because it's about displaying the highest standards of professional behaviour that are required in an educational role. So maintaining the image of the company through standards of dress, general courtesy, positioning of your camera, the suitability and tininess of your background, and this also includes things like not eating food while teaching. So by aligning teaching to standards, it helps to ensure a high level of learning for our students. And also by having them, they correlate with your observations, and from them you can then see your areas of strength and the areas you need to develop, and you can use your teacher standards to help inform your practice. As always, I really hope this has helped, and if you have any more questions or there's something you'd like to ask, please feel free to contact a member of the staff. Thank you, bye.